meeting to order.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by the question, has everybody satisfied themselves with interviewing the candidates and know what you need to know?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Having said that, we have two candidates, and I'm now open to a motion.
I'll start off saying that both candidates come in very strong with the qualifications I think that are needed for this job, both organizational, communication, and patience. I think patience is another virtue that they need to have. That's what I took away from my interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, just like most of these, you just can't go wrong. You know,
Yeah.
they both come qualified.
Which is a good thing to have great candidates coming
Yes.
forward.
Yes, it is.
Agreed.
Yes, it is. Good. Well, I'm happy everybody's satisfied with that. So,
Do you want
Nothing
a
else?
motion
I'd
right
like-
now, or do you want? Is there any discussion, or do you
well,
want
does anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
I think I will say this from personally, for a transitional point for the senior center. I think one candidate fits in better. Just ready to serve safe. So I will state that. I don't know how you feel about that.
So I kind of know where you're going with that too. And what I found is, you can look at these resumes like we were about to do the other night, and if you're going to determine it by your resume, there's definitely a clear candidate. My questions for the interview were more behavioral natured, and based on that, because I believe you can get, serve safe certified, you can do all that, you can learn the skills, but what you can't teach are the behavioral elements. And I'll just throw it out there that I found Katie as having more of those through the interview process than otherwise.
And actually I disagree. I think Diane had more. She's actually subbed in that position. She's actually volunteered in that position, and she knows the building. And I find that to be more productive. Valuable. That's the word. I'm sorry.
I knew where you were trying to go.
I had a rough morning.
I filled in.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with Katie, there were things about the questions that I developed. When I reached out to each candidate and asked, I said, "Are you available on such and such a day, such and such a time for a telephone interview?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started out with, "Good afternoon. Would you be available? And if so, I'll call your phone number that's on your resume." One candidate said, "I'm available," or "Yes, I am available." And the other one said, "Mr. Stewart, yes, I'm available. I look forward to our call." And, yada, 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 and signed off, with a correct, sincerely in their name. And so, some of those behavioral things are important. Like, I haven't met either one of these people. So my interview starts, in my assessment starts with that and their ability to, like, what happens when they're in that job or in that role. And as I developed one of my interview questions, Senior Citizen Joe calls you or emails you, and I copy pasted my email. And what's your response? And then, I heard, "Hello, Joe, I'd be glad to make myself available." Like, just I didn't hear the right things. Well, I heard the right things, but I did not see the right things in behavior. There were a couple other questions. The first one that me and you, we both asked, "Why do you want to do this?" I love it. I like being there. And then there's a pause. And it's basically, and I also want to get out of my other job, and I'm done with that. Whereas the candidate that I'm presenting had responded in a much more personable and positive. The whole interview was positive. I didn't gather that there was a match between the answers that were given for the other candidate, answers that were given, and behavior. And part of that's online behavior. Asked, "What do you do online when someone criticizes something that you're a part of?" And the answer was, "You definitely don't answer it." But in reality, they do that. And I found that. So, you know, I get where you're coming from, Crystal, you know, and I feel like we have a new director. And when I think about the senior center as a whole, and you have a new director, then you need to let the new director be the new director. And, you know, in this packet, we have a recommendation from the outgoing, and I respect her very much. She's done a lot of good for the town, but, you know, just like when I was in professional roles where there's a change in leadership, and I have to get comfortable with walking away from something that I cared about for a long time. My battalion in Afghanistan, walk away from it, let the new person take charge.
So with that said, you know, through the chair, could we ask the current director her thoughts? I'm asking through the chair.
If the new director would like to have an opinion on that, she's certainly welcome to speak up, and you don't have to, but if you want to, here's your opportunity.
You can plead the fifth.
She goes,
No,
if I'd known this was going to happen, I wouldn't have been trapped in here. I would have been sitting
No.
over there.
No, I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I'm torn on both of them. But as Tom stated, part of it is it's very entrenched, which is why Eva was able to be so successful. She made great relationships. And yes, Diane has volunteered, and I've observed, you know, I'm very quiet, but I observe everything. And part of what came to me last night was exactly what you're saying about a new place we're going to go. I have a lot of things I want to add to the center. Computer-wise, there is so much more that software is just sitting there, and they're doing everything by hand and then duplicating it. And there's advertising, inviting people. We're the only center that's open on a Friday. And understandably, there's a lot of reluctance to change. And I think the change, which is going to be it really is the best for the center, that perhaps a new person doesn't, you know, they won't come with the entrenched, well, this is how we do it. And
That is a significant thing.
Well,
It really is.
It's time to build your staff the way you want it, and that's my feeling.
Yep.
And that's what I see here.
Good valid points, all of them, and I think you're on the right track. That's just me, though. All right, it's time.
Any more discussion?
Okay.
I move that we select Katie Litton to the position of Senior Center Clerk Transportation, and I think this is one other title,
Kitchen.
Clerk Transportation Coordinator, Kitchen Manager position.
And could I ask patience and leniency from the board for 1 second? Was there anything, I really value your opinion, was there anything else you wanted to say?
I think I've said what I have to say.
And are you okay with the decision? Or
We can go to a vote. I mean, I don't have to, yeah. We can
Okay.
go to a vote. That's fine.
okay.
Okay.
But I
So we have
respect
a-
all of you.
There's a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have
I
a
think
second?
I have to add something to the motion on the salary at the salary of $20.13 an
Can I
hour.
just do that?
Sure.
That's where the last person was at?
That's what was posted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so do I have a second?
I will second that.
Okay. All right, in that case, here it comes. All in favor of Katie Litton. Wait, stop. See? I just wanted to see if I could get you off.
See, always is
Is
bad.
there
Yes.
is there any other nominations?
I would nominate Miss Diane Ponce, I don't even know how to say it.
Panasho.
Panashon.
Okay. Do we have a second on Diane Panichon?
I'm going to second Diane.
Okay. Then we'll take the first motion first, which is Katie Litton. All in favor of Katie Litton?
McGuire, no.
Randall, no.
Stewart, yes.
Frazier, yes.
Kelly, yes.
All right. Congratulations.
So, That's the end of that. There is no, we all understand there's no need to go to the second
Right.
motion, right?
Correct.
All right. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
All right.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
I want to thank both of you for
Thank you.
motions go and
Good
second.
luck.
Okay. Thank you all. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Chris, can I
Crystal.
see